All right, good afternoon, everyone. TJ here for your 12 p.m. stretch break. For today's class, you'll just need a mat, but we're going to start off standing first. All right, so having your feet wide, I'll scoot myself back just a little bit. And so I just want you to pretty much both hands over towards the right side or towards the right leg. Nice job. Just feeling that stretch through the back of that right leg into the back of the glutes. We're going to slightly change just by turning our body. So I want you to turn the upper body and where the left arm is now reaching over towards the right side. So not necessarily the right leg, but now just reaching towards the right side. Feeling that stretch. Now through that left side into the left side of the back. And then we're going to do the same thing where we're going to turn down again, but this time down the middle. So feeling that stretch equally in the back of your legs. Nice job. And now we're going to transition to where we're going to move both hands towards the left side now. So now feeling that stretch through the left kind of side of the glutes into the back of that left leg. Nice job, just holding. And if you remember that transition of turning that upper body, now the right arm is going to reach towards the left. Nice job. And now I want you to turn it back down. And now just kind of reaching down towards the middle like you did a couple of transitions ago. So just reaching down the middle, feeling that stretch in the back of your leg. And when you're ready, just come up slowly. Just be careful if your head was below your heart, just so you don't get dizzy or feel lightheaded in any way. All right, so the next stretch that we're going to do is for the front of the leg. And so you can hang on to a wall or a table or a chair. Otherwise, if you want to work on your balance, try not to hold on to anything. And if you need to find a spot roughly about 3 to 4 feet in front of you and just focus, just to help keep you steady. So just kind of balancing our bodies. Stay stable on that ankle that we're standing on. Just grabbing the top of our foot. Feeling that stretch through the right leg. And now I want you to push that right leg back just a little bit, just so it's not in line with the left leg. But now feeling the stretch through that hip flexor. The right leg. So where that bend is in your hip is where you should be feeling that stretch. All right, now let's move over towards the opposite leg. So for me, it would be my left. You may be on your right. Again, find that spot about 3 to 4 feet in front of you. Focus on that. And just keeping that left knee or just that knee in line with the other leg. Nice job. All right, now pushing that left knee back or that whichever knee you were on, but pushing it back, and again, feeling that stretch where that hip would typically bend if we were in a seated position. Nice job, staying steady, good balance. Nice job, keeping the core engaged. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. All right, so now we're going to go pretty much, we're moving the arms across each other and then just kind of bringing them back and crossing the other way. If you want, just using a little bit of momentum, just to kind of feel that stretch through the chest, through the back. Nice job. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. So now this time with our shoulders, we're going to make arm circles. So having your hands or your palms kind of like you're pushing away both left and right, but just doing small arm circles, going one direction, do a few, and then go the other direction, do a few, and then go back the other direction, doing a few. And then last time, opposite direction. All right. So since that we're probably feeling it in the shoulders, we're now going to bring that blood flow back into the shoulder. So bending from the hip, and the arms are just kind of dangling right below us. And we're just kind of letting those arms just circle. Whichever direction they circle, you can go the opposite direction if you choose. Nice job. All right, so we're going to now transition onto the floor, and we're going to get into this kind of like pike position that's kind of, face down, or sometimes we'll kind of hear it as like a mountain pose. So having your hips straight up in the air and your heels pressing them into the floor. If you feel like it's too much, you can just kind of raise the ankle or the heel a little bit off the floor, and then just kind of slowly push that heel into the floor. Just feeling it out. And if you want, you can add a little bit of a movement where you come up onto your tiptoes and then you push your heel down into the floor, feeling it out. Push the heel or back onto the tiptoe, push the heel down. You can do it that way as well. Nice job. All right, so coming down onto the knees. So the next one that we're going to do is our child's pose. So we're going to have the tips of our toes touching, and the knees are slightly apart. As we sit back onto those heels, hands are out in front of us. Feeling that stretch through our back. And now I want you to take your right hand and I want you to place it on top of your left, still in that child's pose position. Just feeling that stretch in your back, but with your right hand on top of your left, you're probably feeling it a little more. And now I want you to place your left hand on top of your right hand, or vice versa, whichever arm you are on. And now you're feeling that stretch a little more within the left side of your back. Excellent job. All right. So this next one that we're going to do, which is our pigeon pose, you're going to put your leg out in front of you, kind of like you're resting that foot onto the side. And if you feel like it's easiest, you can support yourself just by having your hands on the floor and just feeling the stretch. So I have my right leg behind me and my left leg is in front. I'm just kind of resting it. In front of me, it is bent at 90 degrees. Feeling the stretch through that left glute. If you feel like your flexibility is good and you're able to take it to where your elbows are down on the floor in front of you, you can do that as well, but just feel it out. Nice job. All right, so let's transition to the other side. So slowly make your way to where that left leg is behind you and that right leg is now in front. And if you are supporting yourself by being up on the hands, otherwise you can move it to where your elbows again are down on the floor. And now you're feeling that stretch through the right glute. Just breathing your way through it. Breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. If you feel like it becomes a little too much, you can transition back onto your hands. Nice job. Excellent. All right, so let's come out of that position. So out of that pigeon position. And now let's transition into that Sphinx, that mini Sphinx pose. So both legs are behind us, pressing our hip into the floor. We're on our elbows. So our shoulders are directly over our elbows. Otherwise, you can move it to where you're on your hands. And again, keeping the shoulders down, down and back. Making sure that they're not up in your ear and feeling the stretch through the front of your core. Nice job. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. All right, so we're going to go into a kneeling position. Do a couple more stretches just within the arms themselves. So placing your left arm out and your right hand is pulling on your left palm. So just feeling that stretch within the lower part of our arm, maybe a little bit into the upper part. If we have a lot of emails that we're typing today, I'm sure this probably feels fantastic. So now let's switch it. Now let's do the right hand. The right hand is out. The left hand is pulling on the right palm. We'll do one last and final stretch. And we're going to place our right hand on our back like we're patting ourselves on the back for a great job that we have done today. But using your left hand to grab your right elbow and feeling that stretch in the back of your tricep. And let's move it to the other side. So left hand is on the back, right hand is grabbing that left elbow. Nice job, everyone. Excellent. All right, so we have a program that starts on Monday called Thrive in 5. So pretty much it's a stretch / movement breaks throughout the day, roughly about 2 to 3 of them. per day, but the program is for 2 weeks. Otherwise, Caitlin has group cycle today. Otherwise, have a great day. Bye, everyone.